Hola, buenas. Estamos aquí en la cafetería del Palacio Euskalduna junto con Alena Baeva, nuestra solista de esta semana, con la que interpretaremos el concierto número 2 para violín y orquesta de Sergei Prokofiev y este jueves y viernes, y que también interpretará junto a músicos de la orquesta un programa dentro de nuestro ciclo de música de cámara este lunes, con obras de Brahms y de Beethoven. So, hi Alena.
Hello, hello, hello.
Thank you for having this coffee with me.
I'm very happy.
It's a pleasure having you here, and so we just finished the dress rehearsal with you, and we were giving the final touches of the concerto, so yeah, very happy and looking forward for the concert tonight.
Yes,
so,
me too, so much. Yeah, it's such a wonderful hall.
Yeah.
It gives you so much energy and inspiration. It's immediately, you know, on stage. Yes, I told you I did not have my morning coffee this morning, so I was a little bit like this. But when you get to the stage, it's like, whew.
Yeah,
It's such a great effect of being involved in something bigger than yourself.
Yeah. So you like the hall? You have
like
already you have already played?
Yes, I played once. Actually, it was 1 year ago. It was with Bach Orchestra. We came from San Sebastian, and we played Shostakovich Concerto No. 2, which is a strange coincidence. It's not that I play only second concertos by Soviet composers.
Yeah.
Not at all. But yes.
What will be the next one? Okay, so you said you already played in the big hall, but you didn't play in the smaller hall, in the chamber music hall.
No.
Okay, so you will have the chance on Monday for our concert that we are very much looking forward.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yes. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about your activity in chamber music, because as a concert violinist, you also develop an activity as a chamber musician, which not everyone does, and I really respect and admire this. So I wanted to ask a couple of things about this topic. Like the first one being, what are the biggest difference that you feel when you are in a big stage with an orchestra behind, or in a smaller hall with just a few group of people, and you feel maybe the connection with the public is different in one stage and the other?
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to do, what I think is the best to do when you're a musician is just to play together.
Yeah.
Play
We
together,
try.
not in time, it has to be together. No, but make music together, listen to each other. I think that's the essence of music.
Yeah.
And then whoever is listening to what musicians are doing together is participating. So it's sharing music not only with public, but it's sharing music within the group, and then audiences, direct participants, because they influence also how we play as an orchestra, as a group, as a chamber music group. Yes.
Definitely.
But, well, honestly, I don't play solo violins that much. I played some concerts, of course, the solo violin program. It is a little bit different because I've preferred to play with other people.
Yeah.
Yes, but even when I practice, I really prefer to have rehearsal together, and it's just more fun.
Yeah.
But but solo is a little bit different because I imagine an active listener. You know, somebody told me it was Robert Mann, who was the founder of Juilliard Quartet. He told, imagine active listener when you rehearse or when you play. Imagine a person who really is very attentive and who loves music. And this helps me so much. But I think, yes, active listener we also can imagine when we play chamber music.
Yeah.
But yes, I try to play chamber music whenever I can.
Nice.
Yes, and it's never too much chamber music.
Of course. Yeah. And as a violinist myself, I wanted also to ask, like, is there any technical change you try to implement when you change as a soloist to chamber music concert? Because myself, as an orchestra musician, when I play a big symphony, I find some choices in my playing that are different than when I play a string quartet or whatever. So is there something you, in a violin aspect, that you make different?
I think it's very important to be very honest about what we are going to do. Even, you know, in a big group and even in the orchestra, I think it's important, and it's not easy. It's much more difficult in the orchestra. And of course you have to make compromises, but they still can be different. I will tell you one story. I was quite shocked, actually. I was playing Brahms concerto with Deutsche Kammerphilharmonie Bremen, and Paavo Järvi was conducting. The first rehearsal, they started play, and it was so not together. It was like, wait a moment. I was like, whoa, where we are. You know? It's like people were, of course they know it, I mean, since before they were born.
Yeah, of course.
But they were playing so honestly what they think is right, and then from that point they would take choices of they liked around, and they would come together from that point. It was such an amazing experience for me, because I think also in chamber music we have to do this.
Yeah, of course.
We have to be involved and to, how do you say, to contribute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. So just giving a few words about the program we are playing. On Monday we will play. Well, you will play a string trio of Beethoven, and then we will play the Sextet No. 2 from Brahms, and these are kind of staples of the chamber music repertoire. And I wanted to ask you, how is your approach, your artistic approach to these kind of pieces that are like sacred, or these that we know before we were born, no?
Yes.
Or how is your relationship with the concept of tradition in music?
Yes, you know, of course we fall in love with different pieces of music as musicians, not only musicians, but I mean people. But then very often you know the piece before you played it, and but you discover it for yourself, and then you bring what you love in it, and you actually get to know this piece from a totally different point of view. And I think that's precious, because it will not be the same. Of course, subconsciously we try to copy some things in the recordings we like, for example. Yes. I never forget this first love of myself, the recording of Brahms double concerto with Heifetz and Feuermann, and I still love the fast tempos, because just I love this recording, and just in my brain imprinted. But this Brahms sextet I actually played only, I think, 2 times. And it was rather late. I did not play it when I was a student. It was a very precious experience. So I think we are going to give birth to something new.
A new life to
yes,
the piece.
It's so exciting, because we never played together.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm very, very, very excited.
Okay. Then last question for this specific piece that I'm playing in. So you already know for sure, but this piece was not really. It was harshly criticized when it came out. Like the critics say that it had no soul. The piece had no soul, and it was of a terrible boredom, and that it was very difficult to understand. So I don't know what you think about that. And first I want to know this, and also I would like to ask you, how do you deal yourself with bad critics, if you have any, and how do you deal with self-criticism?
Oh, that self-criticism is interesting, because with the critics, I liked really very much what Jessie Norman said. If you have chance, search in YouTube Jessie Norman critics.
Okay.
And she says about critics, like, why should I care about people? I don't know them. They don't know me. Like, so brilliant, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, that's it. But for self-criticism, yes, we need to work all the time in ourselves to realize that it's a journey. There is no punishment. And in life there is no punishment also. I mean, it's just discovering. And remember that we do our best at every moment. So that's something, when I did something wrong, I was like, I did really the best I could. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
right? I couldn't do better.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Good philosophy.
Yes, but with music, it's so funny. I mean, that's one of most divine pieces ever written. It is incredibly beautiful and so naive and also cheeky, and it's incredibly well built. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has everything in it. I mean, it's just a masterpiece.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we are so privileged to be able to play it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for this little time having this coffee in Euskalduna, and yeah, I have to come back to the rehearsal because we also have.
You're gonna finish the coffee before.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish my coffee and then I'm gonna go play a little bit of Schumann. So we will see each other for the rehearsals for Monday. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Y nos vemos el lunes en la sala de cámara del Palacio Euskalduna.